I'm 32F, starting to feel very resentful of my husband, 36 meters, for going back to school for a degree he doesn't need. I love him and am trying to be okay with this, but it's really taking away from family and marriage. Too long didn't read, pretty much the title says it all. I love my husband, we've been married for 5 years and have 3 kids. He's always been a great dad and husband. However, the last couple years since our youngest was born we literally do nothing at night but Netflix and chill. The sex is boring. We both work with people FD, so it's exhausting at the end of the day for both of us. I get it. But now he's going back to school, while working full time, taking a full load. Financially I'm fine with it. However, it's really taking a toll on our relationship. I'm trying to be okay with it, supportive, and loving. But this degree doesn't help much in the field of work. You can teach at a university level, but since it's not a PhD, a lot of universities will overlook you and hire the PhD candidate. Anyways, he's always talking about class, his professors, getting his schoolwork done. And I'm over it. We both went through 7 years of school to get where we are now. I'm all for continuing ed, certifications, ect. But this is ridiculous because he is taking a full class load just to essentially do it. We have toddlers and school-age kids, now finally back but no aftercare at home, and since COVID I've cut my hours and am working down to about 25 to 35 hours a week. I get the kids fed, bathed, ready for bed, and my husband is coming home working on papers, studying, and on his phone/laptop either doing school or looking at sports. Feel so disconnected from him and like our family is taking the back burner. I've expressed this to him several times that when he comes home, he needs to see the kids. They have waited all day to see him and want his attention. He literally turns on the TV for them and puts in his headphones while I run the older ones to sports. It's so frustrating and I don't know if I should be feeling this way. He's doubling his course load next semester and I feel like family isn't a priority. It's just class. I'm venting. I love him and I used to love our marriage. But I feel like he's always reaching for the next thing rather than being content with the life we have. We have pretty damn good jobs at a world-renowned hospital, damn good hours, benefits, commute. Like we couldn't ask for a better scenario. And this damn degree does not need to be done now. In my eyes it can wait a few years until our toddlers are older. I just hate how he's always glued to a device. Everything falls on me, and then there is zero energy left for our marriage. When I bring this up, it's always my fault. Any advice on how to cope with this would be much appreciated, because I'm about ready to lose it and that's not fair to him. Even though I've told him how I feel since about January about all this. I work full-time and am also a full-time grad student, and it is so stressful. I can't imagine doing it with 3 kids. I barely have enough time to take care of myself. The only reason I'm not living in filth is I have a tiny studio that is relatively easy to keep clean with the help of my partner. Did you guys discuss chores and childcare beforehand? Did he just assume you would be okay with handling everything that is falling off his plate? More importantly, this is not a sustainable lifestyle. He is going to burn out. I'm burnt out. I'm moodier. I'm irritable and quick to get angry. Thankfully my partner has been very understanding, but we are both looking forward to my graduation. And he wants to double his course load? If it's possible, can he delay his continued education until you reach a point where he can solely focus on school? I don't even feel like I'm getting the most out of my overpriced degree because my attention is so divided. There are so many great resources my school has that I can't even utilize because I'm working or too tired. Wondering if this is some weird midlife crisis where he feels he needs to prove he can do this. You need to talk and be very explicit about how this is affecting your family. Hopefully he listens. Please keep us updated. I'm really mad at your husband for you, and TBH I feel you're not mad enough. You're not his maid, his nanny and cook. He's not doing it all. He's not doing anything at home. He's not your child that you're supposed to take care of. He's an adult, a father. He doesn't contribute to your marriage or your family. He's a leech. Yes, I know he contributes financially, but so do you, and taking up your time and energy makes him a leech. I know you love him, But at this point I would give an ultimatum: either he starts hearing you and make concrete plans to change for the better, or it's over. At the very least, I would stop caring about him at all. Let him handle his cooking, his own grocery shopping, clean his laundry, etc. If he wants something, he does it himself. You're already generous because you're taking his half of caring for the kids, but that's not like you could stop doing that. It's actually completely fair for you to lose it. You're holding all the family responsibilities. Why is he doubling his coursework when he knows you're struggling? He's very much an I can do it all personality. I think he wants to prove it to himself that he can. His entire family are incredibly specialized physicians, scientists, PhDs. Very academically driven at prestigious universities, but none of them have families or anything outside of their careers. Which is great that they work so hard and have achieved so much. But this is not working for our family. Get him to rank his priorities: school, work, family, friends, fitness, hobbies, etc. Assign each one a color. Get him to shade in a blank 24/7 schedule of the time he's spending on each priority. Maybe if he can see that if he ranked family as a high priority and there's only 2 hours with that color, something's wrong. That's a really good idea. I feel like my just telling him he needs to spend more time with kids/me is nagging, but I like this objective way to do it. Thank you, smiley face. Hey, when he discussed wanting to go back to school, how did he respond when you raised these concerns? When you talk to him now about the lack of quality time he has with you and the kids, what does he say? Why does he want to double his course load when you're having all these issues with his existing course load? It usually comes down to an I can do it all attitude, which he does get up at 3 AM and do 4 hours of coursework every day before work. But on those days he's so understandably exhausted he falls asleep, and we literally have zero sex life and zero togetherness anymore because he's so tired. It's just frustrating that I feel like he cannot be content with where we are in life and enjoy the present. Even days when we drive the hour to the beach, he's writing a paper or watching a lecture with headphones each way. But when I mention that I'd enjoy the togetherness of the drive, it comes down to I need to get this done for school. My 28F boyfriend, 33M, of 2 years makes negative comments about how I look, and it's really bothering me. How do I get him to stop? Throughout our relationship I've known that my boyfriend likes women that are curvy and that his ultimate crush is Kim Kardashian. I couldn't be further from how Kim looks. I'm petite and tomboyish, a size 2, small boobs and a small butt. I like how I look, but my boyfriend seems to be bugged by it. He does call me Bo today I fucked up, and his friends and family always poke fun at him for me being out of his league, although I don't think I am. He seems to be proud when he posts me on Instagram and people say I'm pretty, trying to indicate that I feel he isn't ashamed of me or anything, not wanting to be vain, but other times he'll make weird comments to me. He's a personal trainer and has made jokes about me needing to do squats. I'm happy with my body. I think I have a nice shaped butt even though it's small, and like how I look, which I tell him when he says that stuff, but he'll say oh it's just I like curvy girls. One other thing he comments on is my clothes. Last time we were meant to go out and meet his friends I got dressed up and put on black jeans and strappy bra top, but it turned into a fight because he wanted me to wear a dress. I felt so shitty about it that I ended up staying home and he went out. I'm not a glam girl and he complains asking me why I don't wear that lip stuff that makes girls' lips look bigger, meaning lip liner. I do wear makeup, mainly mascara/concealer, and my hair always looks good, so it's not like I look bad. I just don't look how he wants me to. These things he says always throw me off because we have such a good relationship otherwise. He's helpful, puts me first, includes me in everything, is extremely affectionate, he's generous and attentive during sex, and like I said, he says he's attracted to me and behaves like it to boot. I feel like it's a Dr. Jekyll/Mr. Hyde thing because it comes so out of left field. He's been burned badly in the past, so he doesn't like getting too ahead of himself, but he does so much to show me he's serious about our relationship and intends to settle down with me, so these dumb comments frustrate me. He's absolutely gorgeous and my perfect man in every way, besides this I guess, and I make sure to tell him how much I love and appreciate him. so I'd love that acceptance too. Yesterday he made a comment about my boobs, watching Botched. He asks if I would get surgery. I say no due to risks. He says well, double Ds would be fun in a kinda jokey way, but my BF uses humor as a mask sometimes, so I don't know, and it's really bugging me. I confided in a friend who said that I'm so used to guys fawning over me that him showing a preference for something else is hurting my ego, so I tried to let it go, but I broke down in tears last night as I just feel undesirable to him sometimes. I don't expect every guy to like me. I totally understand that I'm not everyone's type, but if a guy commits to me, I would like him to find me attractive. What's the best way to handle this? Edit. So I just got off the phone to him. He called to ask me to come to his mom's even though I already told him no when he texted me this morning. I repeated what I said before and said I need time alone because I'm still upset about what he said about my boobs. He says, oh come on, it was a joke, in an annoyed way. I said that even though he meant it as a joke, it hurt my feelings. He said it was just a joke. Don't take it so seriously. I asked him to just apologize so we could move on. He said that there's nothing to apologize for and I'm making a big deal out of nothing. I stood my ground and said I feel there is something to apologize for. He said okay, well call me when you've stopped being a baby, and hung up the phone. Then 2 minutes later texted me a photo of this dish his mom makes that I love and wrote, got my mom to make this for you and now you're not coming and now I feel like shit. Too long, didn't read. I'm not my boyfriend's ideal type and he makes negative comments about my looks. Our relationship is good aside from that. How do I get him to stop making these comments? Imagine finding someone who didn't want to change your every physical feature and loves you just the way you were born. That doesn't seem like so much to ask for. You deserve better than this. Our relationship is good aside from that. He's criticized your butt, boobs, clothes, lips, suggested surgery, made you cry and feel undesirable. It's hard to believe he's this wonderful, attentive, perfect partner for the future. If you marry and if you had a daughter, what do you think he'd be telling her about her looks? What do you think he'll be telling you in 10 to 20 years? Your boyfriend knows his comments hurt you. He doesn't care. You can't make him stop. Dump him. I thought this man was a young teenager based on his comments, but instead he's a grown-ass man who feels it's okay to push a very fake image on his partner. Men that recommend plastic surgery to women who haven't asked for that are rude and disgusting. He's showing you that he thinks of your body as being potentially changeable for his viewing pleasure. I wouldn't have wasted 2 years with this guy, but you seem like you're in for a pound here. Boyfriend, stop comparing my body to other women or asking me to change my body, or anything else. Also, stop telling me how to dress. This is how I was when you met me and this is how I am. If you continue, I will need to reconsider if you're a person who I want to spend any more time with. Any questions? If he doesn't stop, you either live with it or you jet. Cause who the F does he think he is asking you if you're going to get breast surgery? He's acting like you're some kind of prize he gets off on when other people compliment you on your looks, but then he negs on you and it's a blow to your confidence. Also, your friend is way off. It's one thing to have a preference for a body type your partner doesn't have. It's rude AF to keep reminding them about it. Your friend sounds jealous. I, 29F, need to end my relationship soon but I'm afraid of being alone. Hi everyone, smiley face. My boyfriend, 27M, of 2.5 years is moving out to live with a friend. He had been living with me in my flat and paying rent, but my flat is too small. It was only ever meant for one person and the plan was always that he would eventually move out. We had a serious chat yesterday about what would happen if we broke up, as he will still be living in my area. I confessed that I did not see myself marrying him or us having children. He told me that he wanted me to have the chance to meet someone who can give me that, and he feels he is holding me back. We agreed that at some point we would need to break up. It doesn't have to be right away and could take months, but it's the right thing to do. We also agreed that we were likely to stay friends if it isn't a messy breakup. I know he isn't right for me and that I might be better off with someone else, but I still love him and don't think those feelings will be going away anytime soon. Now that I don't have to feel guilty about him having nowhere to live, I think that sometime in the next few months I should end the relationship if he doesn't end it first. The problem is that on top of missing him, it will be more difficult to fill the void during this pandemic. I can't really go out and meet lots of new people, party with friends and hook up. I will be living alone and am not sure if I will still want him to come around every weekend when we aren't together anymore. I had a very difficult childhood which involved abuse and bullying at home. This resulted in lots of feelings of resentment towards my parents and older sisters, so my relationship with my family is complicated and I don't feel I can reach out to them for support. Has anyone experienced a breakup during lockdown/social distancing restrictions? How do you fill the void? TL Doctor, my relationship has likely entered its last months and I am frightened of being lonely and isolated. How do I deal with this? Edit, to the men who are messaging me and think that they can take advantage while I am feeling vulnerable, just stop. For starters, I have no intention of looking at anybody else anytime soon. I also don't view Reddit as a dating site and wouldn't meet a guy from here IRL.